We just founded a few months ago our new Global Communications Center, and this is the offices of Swami Agnovich. Swami Agnovich is everybody that's literate in India knows his name. He's one of the great, he's like Martin Luther King Jr. was in this country. He's one of the great, he's been in jail, in prison many times. He's one of the great leaders against poverty, bonded labor, child slavery. He's worked with the UN, and he's been all over the world, and he's invited places as the keynote speaker all over the world. Well, he has offices in prime location in downtown Delhi, right near where the government is located. He has provided these offices for our Global Communications Center. And so we hired a young man just out of technical college who can build a website and use social media to get the word out and so on. So this is Amit Paul, one of our vice presidents, who is the head of the Delhi chapter and also of WCPA. It's a center. New Delhi is a global center for all the consulates in the world. It's a real center of the possibility for change. India, where we have most of our supporters, of course India is 1 billion people and many great cities in it, but India also, you may remember, was a leader of the non-aligned movement. And India was never part of this Cold War, and they don't want this kind of division of the world into opposing enemies. And so many government officials in India are sympathetic to what we're doing, and so that's why we're there in Delhi. It's a key city for global transformation in our view. We've held a number of conferences over the years, but the last 2 years we've held Building the World Parliament conferences. This one was in Pune, hosted by the Maharashtra Institute of Technology, which is a huge institution in Pune, India. These people in this picture, this isn't everybody that was in the conference, but many of them are top educators and scholars who are very influential. A number of them are from India, who are influential in universities and so on. And as we'll see in just a minute, they're part of our educational outreach to get consciousness of the Earth Constitution, study of it, considerations about it into the educational system. So we promote on our websites, and these are various websites, and it's this one. This one, by the way, was designed by Eric Stetson here for us. Very nice one, and this one has the spot where you can sign the Earth Constitution, right, and become a member, join WCPA. There's no charge for it. You can just get on our mailing list there. We're working, as I said a moment ago, we're working with educators and educational institutions. We were invited, I was invited as the keynote speaker for a educational management conference in Jaipur. And it was these people these are some of the people that were at the conference. Had many breakout sessions and so on. And so our work is getting recognized by educators. It was educators that, this is the part of a Commonwealth. Take off the R, you've got the Commonwealth. The former British Commonwealth has, in all of its former colonies, has a giant educational association, and they're aware of our work. And some of them, like some of the people here, want to promote that in their educational operations. And this This happens to be another university in India that I spoke at that has a number of supporters. And I put that particular photo there because it's a Muslim university, and the World Constitution, the people that support us around the world are from every faith, including no faith. But we have lots of people in Bangladesh and in India, many Muslims in India, who support us. Many Christians support us, many Jews, many people from the so-called Hindu faith that follow the Vedas, Taoists, many Buddhists. We have one of our vice presidents is in Thailand, which is a Buddhist nation, and so on. So we're, what we're doing appeals to people of every faith, and I think every faith has a vision of a different world, possible world. And some of them, like the Christians, say this is what Jesus was talking about, bringing the kingdom of God to earth means bringing the earth constitution to earth. And we're making coalitions with many different groups. One of the ways the original organizers of WCPA, before I got involved, what they did was they contacted organizations. They were trying to build a network of organizations around the world that supported WCPA. And they had many, many organizations that they actually had a paid employee that traveled to international conferences all over the world, and he would explain our work and sign up organizations. We lost those kind of resources and that kind of funding in 2003, and since that time we haven't been able to have a paid person doing this. But nevertheless, we promote this wherever possible. This is the City Montessori School of Lucknow, which has 50,000 students. Every year they have an annual big conference, and we've been associated with them for a very long time because the director, Jagdish Gandhi, is one of our vice presidents. So he supports us and he hosts us when we come there, hosts conferences if we want to have conferences there, sessions of the Provisional World Parliament and so on. So we're signing the peace candle, which is a ritual. It's not a riot. I mean, it looked like a little bit of a riot. These are reporters down here taking pictures and so on. And I like this photo because I've never really had a security detail before. And this group of young men were assigned to me, and I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go out to the store. I couldn't go down the street without my security detail around me. And this would be in Assam, India. But they're part of an organization called the People's Party International in India, which has hundreds of thousands of members. Its leader is a dynamic person named Bharat Gandhi, who is affiliated with us, and we're working directly with them. And I was at, they have centers throughout India, and this was one of their training centers in Assam, which is in the northeast part of India. And I watched them, I was there for a weekend watching them in their training, and they had 800 people from all over India being trained to promote People's Parties International, right? And now we signed an official agreement with them that People's Parties International would be part of a world movement, right? And we're the main arm of that world movement, while they're the arm in India, and so on. So same goal. It's amazing that here in India, you might not find this in other countries, certainly never in the United States, But this People's Party is demanding world government. You know, they're saying, you know, we can't solve our problems in India unless there's a world government, unless we get rid of this militarism, we have peace in the world. Then we can deal with our Indian problems as well. So it's, these are the kind of things we're doing, trying to find parties to affiliate like this.